so cool when a director that you love says, "Oh, I've been thinking about you a lot." Because you're like, me too. So maybe we should be together.
I made a PowerPoint presentation about my bodybuilding past. So I just like pushed everything there. I'm like, here's what I look like now. Here's what it can look like. It's whatever you want. And I just submitted it. And I don't know, I got an audition.
Kristen, Katy, and Rose, I'm honored to be talking to you about your barn burner of a film, Love Lies Bleeding. So thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
The excitement in the air is palpable. The atmosphere is electric. A celebration of history in the making.
What is this place? You're looking pretty good in there. There's some pretty serious lines going. Yeah? Why don't you want me working for your dad? Well, he's a psycho.
Rose, I've been a fan of yours since you haunted me with your film Saint Maud that I watched alone in my basement during quarantine. Left quite an impact, very isolating.
Same.
But it's hard to, yeah, right. That felt like a quarantine movie. Both of your leads put themselves through dangerous and painful situations in the name of love. Why was this the next story that you wanted to tell?
I sort of see them as having quite a sort of spiritual kind of link in that they're sort of like people trying to transform themselves and maybe going about it in a misguided, irresponsible sort of way. I don't know. I think it's just exciting to get another chance to make another film. And so I just wanted to branch out and take some risks and do something that I wasn't sure if I could pull off or not.
We certainly did. Kristen, I know Rose created this role with you in mind already as Lou. How does that feel when a filmmaker you admire has a very clear vision of you in their film already?
It's so cool when a director that you love says, "Oh, I've been thinking about you a lot." Because you're like, me too. So maybe we should be together. I was scared to be in her second movie because I loved Saint Maud so much. And the idea of coming in and sort of being in the follow-up was scary, but also a driving factor because, you know, you want to work with people that you like, that push your buttons and make you sort of stand at attention and on your tippy toes. And I felt that way for sure. I think when I read the script, I was like, oh, this is absurd. This is ridiculous. No, these people are crazy. But when I read it, I was just like, I really identified because I like play Lou as like, she's so sad, like she's so alone and like lonely and stuff. And I think I was kind of fixated on that. There's something about playing like the lonely, cool guy.
You'll regret this.
Oh, yeah?
Fan casting is something us movie nerds love to do as this kind of pie in the sky exercise to imagine our favorite actors in certain roles. But a fan actually helped you hear about this role, Katy. Can you tell us a little bit more about how a tweet got this whole job in motion for you?
Someone sent me this like, I don't know, film thing. And it was talking about they needed this bodybuilder character. And then I was just like, I'm available in the tweet, which I know is not where you go for casting. So
Gratuitous.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I then went home and I was like, I'm gonna be furious if I don't get an audition. And I made a PowerPoint presentation about my bodybuilding past. And I do know that like sometimes people are hesitant to cast because of certain looks, whatever. So in my former bodybuilding career, I had quite long, luxurious hair. And it's very femmy, whatever. And I'm like, if that's what they want, here it is, you know? So I just like pushed everything there. I'm like, here's what I look like now. Here's what it can look like. It's whatever you want. And I just submitted it. And I don't know, I got an audition. Yeah.
But whoever initially forwarded you that casting call, I'd like to buy them a drink.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll tell Morgan. Yeah, I'll hit her up. She's great.
One thing I love about this film is the analysis of power and how it changes hands constantly in this film, almost scene by scene. It's defined by physical strength, weapons, knowledge, love, and fear, and in many other ways. Kristen, between which two characters did you find the power dynamics the most interesting to see unfold in this film?
Ed's character, when he comes in, I hold him kind of in every scene. Like, I feel like there's this like embedded resentment that's like snarky and also very deep and like painful. And something she's kind of addicted to as well, like sort of fixating on the reason that everything's a problem is like this guy.
It's not what I'm paying you for.
If you touch her, I'm gonna tell them everything you ever did.
Are you threatening me?
We gotta get out of here. Let's just keep driving. I fucking love you, you idiot.
He's so incredible because he just barely moves. Like, he's quiet and steady, and I'm just like going Richter and being embarrassing, and I love watching that.
What other film would be a good pairing for a double feature with Love Lies Bleeding?
Probably Bound, I guess. It would be quite, if you want to go for things where it's like there's sort of a foot in sort of content and DNA of the films, that's an awesome movie. I don't know which one I'd want you to see first. That would be a fun one.
Lastly, right after this movie, I looked up on YouTube Pistol Whipping in Movies compilation, which unfortunately does not exist. But I was racing to the comments to nominate Lou's pistol whip from this film. That was personally my favorite moment in the movie. Kristen, how did that feel filming that and watching it back on the big screen?
It felt really good. That's the only time, because she's such a passive guy, she just wants to be a nice guy. She's the good guy. She's the good guy. It's like, are you though? Because that looked like it felt really good. And I can relate. So the little monster came out for a little second there.
Yeah, I definitely let out a guttural noise as well watching that. So I loved this film. I wish there were more films like this in the world. So thank you all for your part in this and taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.